Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind.
So episode 2 of The Real Housewives of Potomac aired last night, Australian time. Okay, guys, and I'm gonna be talking about, I think there were 2 major talking points. I'm just gonna focus on those because I have to also recap the Beverly Hills Housewife episode 3. So let's get into that. But before we do, thank you so much to my latest Posh fam. Thank you for joining us. Again, I would always say this. You're welcome to shuffle around my playlist and see what you like. In the meantime, like, share this comment, and like and comment. Share this channel with your friends and family. For my existing Posh family, you already know. Thank you for staying on. And as usual and always, like, comment, and share this channel with your friends. We need to get to 300, guys. It's almost at the end of the year. And I am literally still at 288. Anyway, thank you. With that said, let's get into the talking point. That was The Real Housewives of Potomac. Like I said, The Real Housewife of Potomac episode 2 aired last night, and the opener, like I said, 2 points were highlighted for me, or 3, and that is the fact that we were introduced to a new housewife. Her name is Nneka. She is a Nigerian. She is a successful lawyer and married to a Nigerian doctor as well. She is very loud and proud, as it seems, and very much so. She tells us while she was giving us a tour around her new mansion in the Potomac postcode. She tells us that she is from a generational wealth, meaning she's not ashamed to say daddy, daddy made it, or daddy helped her make it. And again, seriously, I am. However you make your money, please scream at the rooftop if that's who you are, So I probably will not be commenting on what she does, but she did say she's a lawyer and growing her business or growing her practice or something. Well, Nneka came in strong, and you would think as a new entrant you would, again, steady walk through, but no, she was introduced to us by Ashley. Apparently she is Ashley's friend. They know each other through a common friend, and yes, she came in via Ashley's housewarming party, and again stirred the pot in a very big way. Now, before we get into that conversation, the particular episode opens with Ashley and her mom having to go to a florist. She is planning a housewarming party for our new home. Now, we all know Ashley is almost never divorced. How do I say this? She tells us she's going through a divorce, but it appears she is not, because her supposed ex-lover and her went on a vacation to the Bahamas, or was it Jamaica? Somewhere together. Okay? Now she took her mom to this florist shop to have this particular conversation around who is going to be invited to her event. First person that I know is not going to be invited is Candice, and when we all know the reason. Ashley and Candice are arch enemies. Those two can never get along. I cannot tell you the specifics of why they can get along, but it's quite obvious. They are the youngest, seem to be envious of each other. I'm just gonna sum it like that. Not only the fact that they're not getting along, to make matters worse, Michael Darby, Ashley's ex-not husband, is filing a lawsuit against Candice for defamation of character. It is a $2 million lawsuit. Good luck to Candice in trying to defend this one out. And no, Ashley is not willing to tell us the optics or the specifics behind this particular lawsuit. According to Ashley, she doesn't care. She has not found out. Michael Darby is trying to not involve her in the lawsuit, and so she's going to be keeping mom on the specifics surrounding this particular case. Now, do we think Ashley has no knowledge of what's going on? Nah, she does know. She knows. However, she probably doesn't want to interfere on camera, so to say, and just let this play out between Michael Darby and Candice. We know that she will be literally dancing, because knowing the fact that Candice is spending money that she shouldn't be spending anyways. We will find out the outcome of this particular lawsuit as we soldier on in this particular episode or season. Like I said, Ashley is having the conversation with her mom on who is not coming. And obviously, like I said, Candice isn't. And the other ladies are welcome. And she's talking about the flower arrangement and all whatnot. Now, she then introduced us to Nneka. Apparently, her mom knows Nneka. And so, this is the reason why I'm saying this. Because there was a particular conversation that I would say did not happen. But Ashley, somehow in her head, concocted this particular conversation just to stir the pot. And to make Ashley and Nneka and Wendy not get along. We're going to see this play out, which is quite unfortunate. And that's what Ashley does best. She went on What Happens live last night again to air everyone else's laundry except hers. She has something to say about Robyn. She has something to say about Wendy. She has something to say about Nneka. She has something to say about everybody, including Mia. And there was not one thing she said about herself, which is quite interesting and telling of the person that Ashley is. Very messy, and it's becoming of her. Anyway, we progress to the next talking point, and this is the follow-on conversation from episode 1, where we saw Giselle organize an intervention for her friend Robyn with regards to the allegation surrounding Juan and his allegedly wondrous eyes and whatever else is wandering. And you would think that Robyn would have taken this in good faith and taken this, to heart, of course, sieving out what she didn't need and just hearing these ladies out. But what did she do? She went on to Juan to pretty much relay the conversation that happened. And what was Juan's response? I could tell you, he just said, I don't care. He said, I don't care. I don't care. And Robyn, I don't care. If you want to leave, you can leave me. I don't care. What was Robyn's response? Yes, I don't care too. The world is against me. I don't care. This happened decades ago, a few months back now, and I don't care. You can as well bring all the girls you like home. I still would not care. And herein lies the truth. Robyn is now numb to the dynamics at play in her matrimonial home. And for reasons best known to her, which we cannot judge. It's her call to make. Whenever she decides, if ever she decides, it will be her decision to make. But all I can tell you is Robyn isn't ready to leave Juan. Not ready. And Juan has this figured out, and he is not willing to change from whatever he's doing right now. There's no change is happening. No change. We're going to be getting more of these scandals, and Robyn is going to definitely come keeping us abreast with the fact that it didn't happen, or it didn't happen the way cameras caught it. And again, summary, if you push her too much, she's going to tell you she doesn't care. So let's just let Robyn be. Let's just let her ride this particular Kool-Aid that she's riding with her newfound happily ever after. And seriously, just fingers crossed, hoping it works for her. And the second talking point now is Giselle. Giselle has decided to mend fences in a way with Karen, because they've been at loggerheads. And Karen first off decided to have a conversation with Mia. As we all know, they had a lot to say about each other during the reunion from last season. And so on this particular work meet, Karen decided that a handshake is what is the way forward between her and Mia. They did try to iron out a few issues, resolving to just slowly start the relationship all over again. Karen further extended an olive branch and invited all the girls for Pilates, whatever, reformer classes, and they had a good time. And again, I see Karen as a very matured woman trying as best as she can to make sure that conversations are happening, the group is, sort of together, and there is no awkwardness, so to say. Well, we'll see how long this lasts. And the other final talking point actually happens to be at Ashley's housewarming party. All the guests arrived. Wendy obviously came. there is still bad blood between Wendy and Giselle, and I'm not sure why. Someone is jealous. We don't know exactly the reason, but at this point they're not gonna see eye to eye. It doesn't look like they are ready to even come to plate and hash it out. I don't understand this. Like, you're meant to be on the show together. You're just meant to definitely have conversations, despite the fact that you hate each other. Just for the cameras. She's not going to be your best friend. There's no best friend in this relationship, because they are all about having the best form of attack, or the highest attack on each other every season at any given time. Now, this is where it got left. Nneka came in and was introduced to, the other housewives. Of course, pleasantries and familiarity was exchanged between Nneka and Wendy, given the fact that they are from the same country, being Nigeria. Not long after this particular, pleasantry was exchanged, Ashley hijacked Wendy. And after a lot of BS conversations, he decided to say, oh my God, so I was having a conversation with Nneka, and he said something about you coming from the Osu tribe. And I will tell you something about the Osu. Osu used to be a folktale. I'm just going to put it as a folktale because this particular system has been abolished. It's a system whereby certain people are seen as underclass, are seen as outclass, and they are then sort of sold or handed over as slaves to the king. Now, these people are, because of their identity as being outcast and slave, people are not meant to associate with them in the eastern part of Nigeria. This was the situation for, decades until it was abolished. Now, this is a very sensitive conversation, a very sensitive topic, especially for someone who has no idea how this has damaged a few communities in the eastern part of Nigeria. That particular word, Osu, that outcast, that tag of being a slave, it literally has demoralized a certain community in the eastern part. And so you taking that and making it as a storyline, trying to come in between two Nigerian women from the same tribe, it was like very targeted and orchestrated. And I'm not sure why, because I actually thought it was Nneka that had this conversation, but apparently Ashley had gone on Google to find disparaging comments, to find something bad about the Nigerian culture, about the Igbo culture, and spun that as a web to create a divide between these women. And she actually ran with it, because she definitely accused Nneka of saying it. And when that particular part was aired, it was Ashley that was curious about this particular outcast system. And Nneka did not attribute the conversation or sorry to Wendy. She just said this is exactly what it means. These people are not meant to be associated with, and all that jazz. To which, of course, this was going to offend Wendy. But Wendy is a very mature woman. She took it quite diplomatic and said, well, this is what it is. I'm going to explain it to you and educate you on this. However, I am not from the Osu tribe, because if I was, at my baby's dedication, you won't see Nigerians present there. And thank you for bringing it up. I'm just going to educate you. But again, let it rest. To which Ashley is like, oh, Nneka said it. And we're going to find out, because this is where it ends for episode 2. This is a developing particular conversation, and it's going to kickstart a few antagonism between Nneka and Wendy, which is quite unfortunate. You would think that these two women would have been a best, good, will make for good friends, given something they have something in common. Like I said, guys, there's more to this particular story, and I am going to try and fill you in as it comes. Until then, and until next time when I come on here for more Potomac recaps, stay safe and be focused. Thank you for watching. Bye.